Good morning, Interwebs. It is 1 o'clock, and I'm wearing my big floppy hat so that I don't forget to take it because today is the first soccer Sunday. So I have gathered my things. I have 2 projects with me because we will be there for a very long time, and one just doesn't seem enough, right? And I'm not going to forget my phone or Coach Steve.
Coach Steve!
You excited for soccer?
I'm excited.
Are you going to be a cone?
Yes, because I'm the coach.
So, apparently Steve has this thing where he says that you don't want to be a cone, you do moving around the field, and if you could be replaced by a cone, that is not good. So, don't be a cone.
Don't be a cone.
What if your team is the orange team?
Well, then if we dressed you up in orange to play good, then that's a good thing.
Okay. We don't know what their team color is yet because they don't get their shirts till now. It's such a well put together, very organized league, as you can tell. Okay, I gotta grab the water bottles or the non-players are gonna be sad. Okay, I'll check in at some point later on in my great adventure, which is being a soccer parent. Well, it is 11:41. I have sent Steve off to work. I'm just sitting here under my fan in my office, enjoying the fact that it's much cooler right here than it is like everywhere else in my house right now. It got warm again. It was really nice on Friday, like nice to the point where Steve and the kids made me homemade pizza because I was like, today's a day we should use the oven. So they made me pizza because I really, really wanted it. And now it's hot again. It was so hot today at the soccer field that my phone turned itself off. I was like running a timer on it to match the timing of the game so that Steve knew when to like sub people or whatever. And yeah, my phone just like turned itself off because it was overheating. So that was fun. But then we came home and everybody rested for a couple hours, cooled back off because we were there until like, we didn't get home till 5:45. So we were there for like 4 or 5 hours, which it was a long day. I mean, and there's travel time to and from, which is part of that timing. But tonight, I'm going to get some things done because I'm feeling quasi-motivated. I think I'm in the right headspace to, like, be productive. So, going to try that in the hopes of furthering that feeling. I'm going to do some sewing tonight. But I also encountered a thing on Instagram. I follow a number of, like, art people of various mediums, many of them watercolor artists, in addition to all of the, like, comic artists that I follow. But one of the watercolor people I follow posted an amazing painting today that she had done of half a cantaloupe. And if you didn't know it was watercolored, it looks super real. And she was doing it as part of, like, I guess it's like a craft along. It's a paint along. It's a thing with prompts, basically, that lasts from now to the end of September called Squareathon. And basically, there's just a number of prompts, one each day, and they're all under the, like, heading this time of Flower Child. They're all, like, 60s and 70s music, which isn't really my thing, but I did look at the prompt list, and I think that, especially if I just don't focus on the songs I don't really like, or whatever, that I'll just focus on the words, because they have, like, good titles and things. But I think I'm going to play along, because I kind of saw it in passing, then I kept thinking about it, and then I went and looked at all the people who were hosting its stuff, and then I went and looked at people that are participating, and I feel like there are people participating at, like, a number of levels. Some of the make-alongs that I see in, like, the art sphere are basically being done by people who are, like, professional level, and, like, I'm not just doing it for fun. Stuff is, like, I am not trained. I am not particularly good. I'm just doing a thing that seems, like, interesting to play with. And so, it's not something I necessarily, like, want to jump in on. But this seems to, like, be done by people of a variety of skill levels, which is of interest to me. And, like I said, their prompts seemed interesting. So, what I'm going to do is Kendrafy the whole thing, of course. So, I'm going to take the idea of Squareathon and do like a putting yourself in a box to think outside the box kind of concept. So, there are 16 prompts. This is just a piece of watercolor paper that I messed around with already. So, this top part is ultimately going to become like a title-y bit. It's just taped off right now. So, like, ignore that half. And then these, there are more than I needed. Oh, no. No? 4x4. Okay, there's only 16. Okay. Through the camera, it looked like too many. So I went ahead and I just washi taped the whole thing so it's taped off. Double border on the outside so there'll be more white space, and then just washi in between. And then I went ahead and made myself a little list of 6 things. 6 types of tools that I had in my art journal bag that my sister-in-law put together for me. So I have Sharpies, like fine tip Sharpies. I have normal pencil. I've got watercolors. I have my super tip markers. I have colored pencils. And then number 6 is going to be roll again. So I have this dice. I'm going to roll it, and it's going to determine the medium that I use to fill in the first square, which is going to be the first prompt. And then I will just continue to do that till all the squares are filled in. And at the end, I will de-washi tape it and do stuff with the title, and we'll see how it all turns out. But I'm thinking it'll make a cool art piece for my wall. If nothing else, I'll just play with some ideas, and I will hopefully like the things enough to post what I do on my Instagram as I do them. I like this particular thing, the Squareathon thing, because it seems like they're very cool about, like, you don't have to do every one, take it as you want, blah, blah, blah. People are doing very varied things, which I like, and taking the prompts in, like, interesting directions. So, I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a fun thing to at least try, and we'll see how many days I get into it. I'm just okay with the idea that maybe I won't continue, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll really like it. I won't know unless I try, right? So, time to roll the dice. So, 6. That means I gotta roll again. Okay, that wasn't very exciting. Ready? 5. That means today is a colored pencil day. So, I'll crack out my colored pencils, do my little drawing while I'm drinking my tea here, and then I'll get into some sewing for the night, and we'll probably head to bed. I'm going to try and aim for somewhere between 2 and 3 because tomorrow's a dance day and I've got lots of things I want to get accomplished tomorrow. And clearly sleep helps with that. And I'm very exhausted from, like, going to the fair was a big thing. We just had a big weekend as a family, and then soccer really takes it out of me because it's hot. There's just so many people, and it's very loud, and there's a lot of, like, moving parts, and it's a lot. So, I'm having a bit of sensory overload on that front, which I know to some people that means, like, they want to sit in a quiet room with nothing, but that drives me even more bonkers. So I, like, have to have the right level of commotion to de-stress from that. So, gonna go and do my colored pencil thing. Oh, by the way, the prompt for today is Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys, which is a song I don't really like, but I have some ideas about good vibrations. So, we'll see what I come up with. Good morning, Interwebs. It is 11:40. Just grabbed my glasses, getting around, getting dressed. I've been up for a little bit. I actually woke up really early this morning and then made myself go back to sleep because I realized that getting up at 8 was going to be a bad plan, because today is dance day again, and it's the late day of dance. So, I went back to sleep, thankfully. I'm still very, very exhausted today, but we're working on the whole fake it till you make it thing. So, I did my makeup, which is uncommon these days, and got some earrings on. And now I'm gonna go and make myself cup of tea to start my day. Everyone else is out picking raspberries. We have a few things to do today before dance / during dance. Hopefully I think when I go to dance today, I will take stuff to go to the park and maybe take some pictures. But actually, I might be able to take them in my yard here. I was waiting for it to be like the right kind of lighting. And it's been so sunny during most of the day lately that I haven't been able to take pictures of some finished objects so I can put the patterns out. But today is kind of overcast, which is perfect for pictures. So perhaps after my tea, that will be a thing that I do. And I'm also going to go and pick up where I left off last night with my sewing stuff. I also realized that I want to start thinking about my Squareathon, day 2. Let's take a look at it in the light of day. It's Thursday 1. Now I need to roll this die and find out what my medium for day 2 is, because I already know the prompt. The prompt for today is Imagine by John Lennon. So we're going to roll the die. 5. Colored pencil again. So now I get to think about that. What I'm going to do for Imagine out of colored pencil. Alrighty. Good morning, Interwebs. It's Tuesday. And I guess this is just going to be a continuation of yesterday's vlog, because I know I talked to you in the morning, and then I think there's a really good chance I didn't talk to you again, and the like farty wind noise through the window casing in my office is particularly loud today, so just ignore it. But yesterday, I was exhausted. I talked to you, did things in my office, did all the family stuff I needed to do, then I took a nap, then I drove my kids to dance, and I did dance for a couple of hours. That was just, it's exhausting being there with all the people. Maybe I should go back to just sitting in my car like I did last year, but like, I don't know. So far, it's worked out better-ish to be in the studio. We'll see. But I came home, and we had dinner, and it was delightful. It was leftover. I'd made like a taco-y soup thing the other day that had rice in it that absorbed all the stuff. So we turned that into actual tacos last night, and that was good. And then I read the kids our readathon books, and then I was so tired. I took a nap again. I slept for like an hour till Steve got up. And then I was really considering going to bed. But I was like, if I go to bed, I'm really probably only going to sleep for like an hour or two, and then I was going to wake up. So I worked some more on the sweater that I'm working on, which is ultimately probably going to be for my daughter. And then I went to bed at like 3. And that was kind of how my day went. But I was all day just very, very tired. Though I feel fantastic currently. Or as fantastic as I have felt of late. Like, my mood is decent. I'm, like, decently motivated, except I'm, like, physically exhausted. Which, I mean, I guess that's better than mentally exhausted in the grand scheme of things. So, needless to say, I didn't finish the art thing I was going to do, my Squareathon yesterday. I didn't end up doing it yesterday, but I thought about it all day. And then I just sat down a few minutes ago and did it. You can see I posted on Instagram, but here it is. For the prompt Imagine, I decided to draw alpaca, the alpaca, which we had gone on a camping trip a couple years ago, that I came up with this story that I told my kids about alpaca with 2 C's, the alpaca, which only has 1. And his dream in life is to become yarn. And he has all these barnyard friends. There's many barnyard noises included in the full version of the story. And my family brings alpaca up from time to time. So I was trying to decide what to do about Imagine, and I mean, I could have gone more literal with the John Lennon song, but instead I was like, what's an Imagine thing that's kind of yarny? And I remembered alpaca, imagining himself as yarn as his ultimate goal in life. So I went on to Google and I found an image of an alpaca and I tried to reference it, including its particularly boring background, but I don't know. I guess the picture I found was of an alpaca on a breeding farm in Wisconsin. But it didn't tell me the name of the alpaca, which is sad. But we're just going to call him Al, because that's what I drew, at least, was Al having an imagination. Not an imagination. What would you have? What do you have when you have like a daydream? But I don't know, he's doing an imagination. That's what he's doing about being young. I mean, it feels like imagination should be not only a noun, I mean, he's imagining, but I feel like having an imagination should be like a concrete item, not just an action. I don't know. Anyways, I now need to roll for today's topic is Aquarius, the song The Age of Aquarius by the Fifth Dimension. And I'm gonna need to go and find my die because apparently I actually put it away yesterday. Who is this person that puts things away? She's not me. Okay, I'm gonna go find my die. All right, I have procured my dice. Die, it's only one, so it's a die. I'm gonna roll it, and we'll see what number we get. The last 2 days in a row, I've rolled a 5, which meant colored pencils. So we're gonna roll a 2. 2 is pencil. Now that is interesting. Because what I was going to do... Okay, I'll have to think. Because what I was going to do would be benefited from color. The pencil, okay. Gotta think this through a little. I'll get back to you. Good morning, Interwebs. What time is it even? I don't know. Oh, it's 12:27. And it's Wednesday. And I forgot to film the rest of my evening last night. It's apparently a thing that I do now. I mean, say it like it's a new thing. It's not a new thing. But I wanted to fill you in on what I came up with for Squareathon. I came up with... This is what I came up with. So the song was Aquarius by Fifth Dimension. So, of course, I took a weird Kendra-y twist and focused on the idea of Fifth Dimension. So... what is the fifth dimension of my crafting? So most of my crafting obviously takes a 3-dimensional, it's got length, depth, width, all the things. So the 4th dimension I figure is time, which, trying to consider a bit more that 4th dimension and how it factors into things. But then the 5th dimension. 5th dimension is more to think about. It would be the why, the story behind things, which sometimes for me, I kind of mentioned this on the Instagram post, sometimes for me that's like a clever name or like a punny thing or a way of doing something and whatever. Sometimes it's the reason you're doing it, like from a personal standpoint, like what emotional itch is it scratching. So like I think that why, that 5th dimension is important. And the die told me, as you saw, that I need to use pencil, which meant no color. And so I used a reference, which was a picture I took of my Joy shawl, the gray and white one, which is right over here somewhere. I see the end. Here it is. This one. When I finished that, and then I took it from the back, and it's mirrored for some reason in my phone. I don't know why, but the picture happens to show me from the back with my Joy shawl on, and then you can see the Inspiritment shawl in the background, which seemed to be like 2 good, like why, I don't know, 5th dimension thoughts for items. So anyways, I drew them in pencil. Now it's a new day, and it's a new prompt, and now it means that we get to roll the die again. So 6. That means roll again. Okay. 3. I really hope I get to use color today because, yes, ooh, watercolors. Today's theme is Tangled Up in Blue by Bob Dylan, which I went to listen to part of the song. I really don't like Bob Dylan music very much at all. I mean, like the lyrics, I don't mind reading them, but I don't enjoy listening to them. In fact, the majority of the music on this list I do not enjoy. But whatever. Anyways, I will now have to think on what I'm going to do with that. But first, I need to go make lunch for everybody and then probably take a nap because I got up while Steve was still on his run. And we have dance today. So, all of those things need to happen and I have more work to do. I worked all morning on things for the shop. So, okay. Gonna go and feed people while I contemplate watercoloring Tangled Up in Blue. have an idea. We'll see if I can make it happen. Good morning, interwebs. It is after 1 in the morning, Thursday night, Friday morning. Depends how you look at it. I haven't gone to bed yet for the day, though, so it's still Thursday in my world. And I realized that I didn't keep you up to date on the things today. So, here is what I came up with for square number 4. This is for Tangled Up in Blue. And I basically took my bag of blue scraps and I tipped it on its side. And then I went ahead and made a little painting of it. So, that was cool. I have yet to do today's. Today's theme is Wild World by Cat Stevens, I think. But I probably won't do it till the morning, but I thought I would roll for it anyway so I can think about it and know which medium I'm working in. So, 5. That means colored pencil again, which should actually work out well because I have an idea for Wild World. I just need to make it happen. So, I've been working on many artistic endeavors today. I painted all the things. There's this whole stack here of watercolors that I did last night and this morning. They are currently under this box, weighting them down so they'll be flatter. You're like supposed to tape them down and stuff, but I couldn't do the technique I did if I had taped them down, so I didn't. But yeah, they're just being weighted down, and then they will become a really cool idea I think I have for Patreon postcards. But they were just what I was really excited to do today. I was telling Steve that I can't, like, I'm in a very heavy art mood right now. Like, I just can't stop arting. I said it sounds like I have gas, but I don't. I just am not doing much that I feel like is productive, but I'm making all these things, and it feels nice. And he was like, you know, and I was commenting on my lack of productivity. He's like, but you're in a good mood? And right now, that is like the most productive thing we can all ask for. I'm like, that is a good point. So, guess I'll keep going with that idea. After all of my normal daily things and the kids went to bed, I made Steve and I each a little mug cake in the microwave and sent his to work with him. And I found out that my stomach is apparently smaller than a mug, because I couldn't eat the whole thing. But I still have some left. I might not even eat it till tomorrow because I'm just not hungry anymore. So I'll just put it in the fridge and I'll have it later. I've been working on my Tiny Tales blanket because we have been reading a bunch of books again. And we're almost through. Tomorrow we should finish reading the books that will comprise the second blanket. And I actually am closer than I was thinking I was to being caught up on getting that all hooked up, so that should be good. And now I'm just cleaning up my office a little, and I have a few more sewing things I'd like to get done tonight in here. And I need to pack up an order, actually a couple orders of things that need to go out, because today is the day I've set aside to do that. I'm trying to pack orders on Thursdays, so that is what I'm doing tonight. And then it's probably going to be time for bed by then, because I have been going to bed earlier because I have been able to sleep, which is great. I've also been usually taking at least one nap in the afternoon because, again, I've been able to sleep, and the increased amount of sleep seems to be benefiting my mood. Now, I know that would lead some people to be like, well, then why do you stay up half the time? Because the times when I stay up really late, it's because I can't sleep. So, when I'm having a period of time where I can, I try to take advantage of it because I never know when this is going to end. When feeling good is going to end. Which I've now had like several decent-ish days in a row, and today I felt really good. Where I'm now, like, already starting to feel anxious about when I'm not going to again. So, yay. You know, you just can't win, can ya? So, I'm gonna go and think about my square for Squareathon, which I will probably not get around to doing till the morning, which will be fine because I'll just go in tomorrow's video which is going to start a whole new video here. I realized I just did kind of like brief clips for the last few days, so instead of getting like a number of short videos, you're getting one like probably 30-something-ish minute video that encompasses basically a week, a little less than a week of my life. And then we're going to start something new for the upcoming season. I've been thinking about the seasonal nature of life and the idea of being in a different season. And I thought, hey, we're actually coming up on a actual, like, you know, world societally defined season instead of like random Kendra decides it's a different season of her life. So I think we're going to just embrace that. And instead of naming the videos for the foreseeable future, through the fall, I think we're just going to have vlog number whatever. And we'll see how many in a row I can do. Because I found Vlogist to be a good motivator for video making and just, you know, progress and such. And so I think the idea of doing vlog will also be good, vlogging through the fall. It's like 90 days, which we'll see what I come up with. And hopefully 90 days from now, I'm in a good place. I don't know. I really can't predict at this point. I mean, I would say that if we're gonna use a small sample size of just like the last week, then it is more than likely I will be in a good place in 90 days. If we're going to use a sample size that is larger of like the last, I don't know, 3 years, then probably not going to be in a great place in 90 days. We'll just have to see. But that is a problem for a future Kendra to deal with. So, I'm going to go and do the things I need to get done in here, head to bed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.